Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Today we're going to be taking my Empire Dwarf and my anti-dwarf Empire build up against some dwarves. This time Belgar Ironhammer and his um, clan Angren dwarves. Or I guess they're just regular dwarves, but whatever. So this army consists of 2 spearmen on each side, an Empire Knight on each side, 2 handgunners, a main line of 5 swordsmen, with 2 halberdiers held in reserve to go where I need them, a mortar, because, I don't know, I like mortars, and I have a General of the Empire on a griffin, I have a Jade Amber Wizard on a griffin, and I have a Jade Wizard on a Pegasus. So I've got Flock of Doom, Earthblood, and my heavy-hitting Heart of the Squad, my general. Well, let's go take a look at this dwarf army. So he's got a main line here of Longbeards, supported by Miners with Blasting Charges and the Grumbling Guard. Behind them, he's got 2 units of Coilers, a Dwarf Warrior in the back, defending this cannon, along with 2 Slayers, one of which is the, just 2 regular Slayer units. He's got a Runesmith for each side, and the Belgar Ironhammer in the middle. Good stuff. So, we're going to talk about a little bit about terrain today. So, the first thing you see here is he's kind of got the typically better position here, but if he has a cannon here. And so if you have a line of sight here on this cannon, nothing. You can't see anything. But my mortar here, since I'm on the back side of the hill, it can't see them, but it doesn't matter because I have sight on them with my flying stuff. So he'll be able to open fire here early on. And so that is one of the advantages of the mortar, is that it can shoot like regardless of terrain. And so I'm going to be opening fire here. Surprisingly, have the artillery advantage against the dwarves. We're going to watch some of these mortars scream in. Just, 2 great hits, one on the miners and one on the Longbeards. Any damage I can do before engaging is good. Try and move up to the more advantageous. They're going to move up to a better position here. Trying to find a place where their cannons can respond in kind. But while these slow dwarven feet move around, my mortar's going to be continuing to open fire. Good miss there. I think I am targeting the Grumbling Guard. Oh, great hit there on the Longbeards. But so as he approaches, I'm going to start selecting most of my army here, and I'm going to move it up because I definitely don't want to be fighting on the bottom of this hill. So I forced him to come to me, and I got some opening volleys here, and so that's good. You can see a big Flock of Doom is going to be coming down here. Really just trying to crush through this center. With the mortars and with the Flock of Doom, and I'm going to pull in my handgunners here and start them firing in as well. So the cannon is going to start opening fire here on my, I think my, what are you shooting at? Oh, my Empire Knights maybe? I don't know. You can see just amazing, like not super amazing damage, but just general damage across the line. He's going to sit back, and I'm going to say I'm perfectly fine with that. Whatever. Coilers can do whatever they want. And I'm trying to get my handgunners to fire, but it's the same problem he had earlier. I think they don't have line of sight. But while he waits, Flock of Doom is going to recharge. And my mortar is going to continue to deal a lot of damage. Him shooting at my flying squad here, I'm not actually concerned with. Just because I have the Earthblood, so any damage he does, I can kind of just replace. My gunners are going to start opening fire here, but again, they're not going to have that best of a shot. This weird terrain is going to mess them up. But you can see just how much damage I've done here to the middle. My Empire Knights are going to come in, start just posturing to get his attention. And he's shooting at these Empire Knights too with his cannon. But they're Empire Knights, so I don't really care about them. They're allowing my mortar to keep firing, and allowing my magic to regen. Just great hits there on the Grumbling Guard. Again, another Flock of Doom is going to come down, and you can't just sit here and take this. Like, my infantry will lose in a straight-up brawl versus yours. So you need to get that brawl started as fast as possible. You can see I've just, like, basically, without engaging, crushed through this main line here. My handgunner is still trying to find a good line of sight. Grumbling Guard, down to 24 men. I got Spearmen on the flanks, and I have this Warrior Priest here to keep the morale of my main line up. My Flying Goon Squad is going to come in here and take out this cannon. And my Swordsmen are going to charge. My Warrior Priest is going to come up against Belgar, but he's going to get his ass handed to him. That is not a fight he wants to take. But then again, he only costs 380, so I don't really care about him, and if he's kind of just keeping that line alive, then he's paying off. You can see my Spearmen kind of waiting for time to enter the flanks, and my mortars here still firing the Grumbling Guard. Definitely a mistake there. So my Empire Knights here are going to come in on these Spoilers, though. You can see just how quickly my Warrior Priest is losing this fight. I should be changing the target of my mortar here to these Spoilers, but you can see just I'm going to sandwich them between two Empire Knights and then shoot them with artillery. So they're going to break, and I'm going to pull out of here and start rear charging the main line, just trying to get away from the Slayers, and I'm going to bring my Spearmen in here to help. My Goon Squad here went after this Runesmith on the side, but they kind of just got stuck in on the stuff on the ground. Oh, now, actually, my Spearmen are going to head after this Runesmith. Good stuff. My Handgunners, though, I'm going to try and shoot here. And these Handgunners, I'm going to try and move around and shoot at these Grumbling Guard. And then I'm going to try and do something and come up here and shoot into the back of these Dwarf Warriors. You can see Belgar Ironhammer with his, and the Runesmiths are going to help to push through this main line. And so even the way they're damaged, you can see just how poorly my troops do against them. And the only reason I won this mainline engagement is because of that huge skirmishing phase I had from the beginning. So here my handgunners are going to actually open fire. So the dwarves are not going to like this. This is not ideal. That's going to help those spearmen win. You can see Rune of Wrath and Ruin coming off there. My Goon Squad here is taking out this Runesmith who's terrified. And you can see Belgar just hanging out in the middle here, fighting some halberds. Dwarves here. Longbeards are going to tear through basically any infantry I put out towards them. And that's why I had to. That's why the skirmish phase is so important. Because these troops would not do well in a straight-up engagement. Here, these Slayers catch my handgunners. Great use of Slayers, and they're going to chase them off the field. But luckily, this handgunner is still useful, and it's not getting too good of shots here, but it's going to help those spearmen win. Here, my Goon Squad is going to give a massive charge against Belgar, help take him down. Spearmen still trying to get that Runesmith off the field. Here comes my Pegasus. And this is something that just about, like, dwarves, you know, there's just so many large units here, it's just going to disrupt him and stop him really from attacking because there's so much armor-piercing damage here. It's just going to be hard for him to actually fight back. Here you can see another Flock of Doom coming off on the Slayers and the Dwarf Warriors. What am I mortar shooting at? Oh, they're making sure these guys stay away. And so, yeah, Belgar's going to go down, and that's going to be that. Yeah, good kills here on the Slayers. Good kills here on 2 of the Longbeards. Grumbling Guard, 0 kills for 1,000 gold unit. That is just devastating. Many good kills here. See across the board on the heroes. The runesmiths, even because my troops are not heavy troops or armor piercing troops, even the runesmiths are going to do well in a combat against swordsmen and spearmen. As long as there's no flying goon squad around. Um, yeah, not very good kills here on these cannon, but they were mostly shooting at the flying goon squad anyways. Um, yeah, just the terrain was to my advantage, and the skirmish phase there was to my advantage, and he definitely needed to get into combat as soon as possible. But yeah, you can see terrible kills here on almost everything. 100 kills here on this mortar, which is pretty good. Good kills on one of the Empire Knights and one of the handgunners. But you can see just the way the dwarves work. I think it's funny. Even that mainline engagement, I lost more troops than him, even with that massive skirmish phase. Um, but yeah, you can see my halberdiers still pretty fresh, so they would have helped out kind of in the late game if that had continued at all. But yeah, anyways, good game to my opponent, and that's that.